Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jedi Modi Sports Betting. In this video, what we're going to do is hammer some MLB bets. I'm giving you my best MLB bets for today, Tuesday, April 25th, talking to you about MLB betting strategy, stuff like that. I got 4 bangers for you guys that I found using OddsJam, using the OddsJam software to find these MLB bets. Real quick, before I get into it, make sure to like the video, comment, and then subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And then, of course, you can find me on my social media Twitter handle at Jedi Modi. Posted a link to that in the description of the video, as well as the pinned comment. I post a bunch of free plays and stuff on Twitter, so definitely make sure to follow me there. And let's get into these plays. So I hopped on the OddsJam positive EV page, and again, found 4 MLB bets that I really like for today's betting slate. I got 3 game props, 2 run lines, 1 first half run line, and then 1 player prop, which is a pitching prop. Let's get into it. Play number 1. We are looking at the Los Angeles Angels -2.5 plus 188 odds at FanDuel. So yes, this is pretty heavily juiced all the way up at plus 188, but it is a really good play, and I don't just immediately avoid plays that are for plus money just because of the fact that they're for plus money. Guess what? If you hit a play that's for plus money, you make more money. It's really as simple as that. And 3 of the plays I have today are all plus money bangers. So I mentioned plus 188 odds on FanDuel. The reason why this play is mathematically profitable is because of these odds that you see here. So we see the no-vig odds column here, right? And then we see the plus 182.75. These odds you see in the no-vig odds column, and they're here for every single play, can be viewed as the true line of what this market should be priced at, right? Like the most accurate representation of the market. In this case, the market is obviously the run line for Angels versus Athletics. These odds are pulled using a weighted average from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. The sportsbooks that consistently do the best job is what pulls into these odds that you see here, which is why I say you can view them as the true line of what a market should be priced at, right? Because all of the sharp sportsbooks that have been tested and calculated and tracked to be sharp are all pulling into these odds that we see here. But that doesn't mean that I just blindly take every single play on the positive EV page. I like to do a little bit of digging to make sure that I'm placing the best of the best. And when I say digging, I don't mean like looking into the matchups and stuff. I do like to do that, but I don't make any betting decisions based on that. What I do is just compare the odds of the bet that we're placing and compare those to the other sports books. So we see like plus 188 on FanDuel. We see every other book, plus 170, plus 170. The closest book being plus 175 at Bet Rivers, and then Pinnacle, sharpest sports book in the world, having this at plus 166. Now, if you're ever unsure if the bet you're placing is a good enough outlier or not, obviously like the bigger the difference between the 2 sides, right? Like the bigger the gap between both sides of the FanDuel line, you're going to need to have a bigger outlier. That's just inherently higher market width. So what you can do, click View Event Page, open it up in a new tab, and then it pulls up the screen that you see here, which is just the whole run line market, right? For every single run line for every single sports book. So what you want to do is click Show No Vig Odds, and it does exactly what it sounds like. It removes the vig from both sides. So then you want to go to the bet that you placed, which we took Angels -2.5 at plus 188 odds at FanDuel. So let's compare the no vig line of every other sports book, right? Literally every single book, except for one, which is Bet Rivers, has their no vig line below plus 188. We see plus 183, 186, 183, plus 175. Then we see Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world. That's this column right here. We see like open it up, it says Penny. So this column right here is plus 176 is Pinnacle's odds, telling us, again, they have it 12 cents lower than the FanDuel line that we bet at plus 188. So guess what? That makes this a good bet. So play number 1, we're locking in the Angels -2.5 plus 188 odds at FanDuel. Next up, we have my strikeout prop. We're sticking in the same game, Athletics versus Angels, and we're taking Mason Miller to go under 4.5 strikeouts, plus 133 odds at Caesars. So the OddsJam perfect line prices this one at about plus 129, essentially. We get it up at plus 133, and then just look at where every other sportsbook prices it. Plus 116, plus 110, plus 115, and then Pinnacle down at plus 112. Now, for my own sanity, I do like to look into player props a little bit more. Again, I don't make any betting decisions off of this information. I just like to be a little bit more knowledgeable when it comes to player props, just because they have a little bit higher variance. So Mason Miller, right-handed pitcher for the Athletics going against the Angels. The Angels aren't a huge strikeout team. Like, they're not top 10 in strikeouts or anything like that. Even if you look at strikeouts per game or total strikeouts, Mason Miller has had one start so far this year. He got rocked. Now, he did strike out 5, but he did get rocked. And the team he played was a strikeout team, whereas the Angels are not. So I think that the fact that we can get this 4+ money, another plus money banger on Mason Miller to go under 4.5 strikeouts against a team that doesn't strike out a lot, I think represents really, really good value. And obviously, the most important thing is the actual value, the plus 133 compared to every other sports book. So play number 2, Mason Miller under 4.5 strikeouts, plus 133 odds at Caesars. Next up, we are going to Tampa Bay, and we are riding with the absolute red hot Tampa Bay Rays, minus 1.5, plus 135 odds at bet365. So this is another pretty good positive expected value play. OddsJam perfect line pricing this at about plus 133, essentially, if you want to round up to plus 133. The Rays covered this yesterday against the Astros, just an absolutely machine type baseball team right now. And the value here is also really good, plus 135 at bet365. Now let's look at where the sharp sportsbooks price it. Pinnacle, plus 127. Circa, both Circas. One is they're two different books to be clear. Circa Vegas is the sharpest of the two, close to Pinnacle in terms of sharp level. But Circa Sports is also sharp, both at plus 125, BetOnline plus 123, Bookmaker plus 125. But again, these numbers are closer together, right? It's only a 10-cent, 8-cent gap between some of the sports books, Pinnacle and Bet365. How do we know whether this is actually a good play or not? We do the same thing. View event page, open it up in a new tab, pulls up the screen that we see here. So again, let's click Show No Vig Odds, and let's compare the no vig line of every single sharp sportsbook to the sportsbook that we bet. Remember, we bet plus 135. Pinnacle, plus 132. Circa, plus 132. Circa Sports, plus 134, plus 133, plus 131. Literally all 5 sharp sportsbooks have their no vig odds below the plus 135 number, which is a sign that we took a really, really good play. So play number 3, Tampa Bay Rays, minus 1.5, plus 135 odds at Bet365. And last up, my only non-plus money banger for today is Rangers, first half run line, minus 0.5, minus 102 odds at FanDuel. The OddsJam perfect line prices this at about minus 104. In another situation where we are getting a really good price. Just look at where Pinnacle and Circa have this. Minus 112 on Pinnacle, minus 115 on Circa. They're both pricing it pretty decently above the Texas Rangers, the FanDuel number, on the Rangers at minus 102, which means we got a really good bet. It's really as simple as that. And that's a type of work that I do for every single positive EV bet that I place. I look into the plays, make sure that we're getting good value, getting a true outlier compared to all of the sharp sports books. If the answer is yes, then we placed a really good bet. And that's going to be it. So 4 MLB bangers for you guys to lock in, 3 plus money bangers. If you're tailing, comment and let me know. Other than that, thanks for watching. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Below are all of my different social medias where I post picks and plays daily. Make sure to hit me up there. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as I'm constantly putting out new videos to learn how to make money sports betting. And that's it. So thanks for watching and have a good one.